Our first guest is my brother in comedy who sells out venues all around the world. And although the pandemic has interrupted his globetrotting, it hasn't slowed him down. Oh no, you can catch him on his new Netflix special, In His Element, for the first time, finally on The Real, the hilarious Joe Coy. Hey, Joe!
Yes!
No!
Finally!
Taking you so long to get over here.
I don't know. I'm like, I know. Lonnie, can Lonnie get me on, please? I was begging, and now I'm finally on.
Well, we're so
happy to
happy
have you.
Joe. Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
show. You and I go back days with Chelsea lately. What do you miss most about working on Chelsea lately?
I miss you, and I don't mean that to, because I'm on the show right now. I do miss the chemistry between you and, just the original guys, Josh and Heather and Sarah. I can't name them all, but there was just something about us. It felt like we had our own little TV show. It was like a network TV show, and people tuned in every night to watch the banter between you, especially, and Chelsea, and my banter with Chelsea. It was just... That chemistry was so organic, and I miss it.
Yeah.
I agree with
do.
you. That was my favorite show to watch. You guys are so great. I have to ask you, you recently performed on the stage for the first time in 7 months. As a comedian, you're used to performing week after week after week. What was that like for you?
It was... the only word I can think of was euphoric. I was like, I couldn't believe it was happening again. It was something I missed so much, and I didn't know how much I missed it. It was just the chemistry between real people and me, and that connection that you try and do these Zoom things and virtual, but there's nothing like the chemistry of live and that connection you have with real people in front of you. And man, Dave Chappelle is doing it, man. It was Ohio where it was, and it was in the middle of a cornfield. So it was special. And what Dave is doing is, wow, unbelievable. I told him that. I go, this is something that people are going to talk about 100 years from now, what you did in this cornfield.
Yeah, in this cornfield where it went down.
Yeah.
You're so right about that. I want to know, what is the best piece of career advice you've ever received, and who shared that wisdom with you?
One, I know I'm hitting it over the head, but Dave Chappelle, when I opened for him at the House of Blues at the Mandalay Bay, and this is like 25 years ago, and he literally said, just say whatever it is that you want to say. Never second guess it. If you say it inside yourself and you laugh at it, don't let someone else tell you, don't talk about that, or go on stage and let people feel like it wasn't like, say it. Be your real self and say it. So I've always took that advice with me.
I love that. Well, clearly that was amazing advice, because variety.
I have another one though. I have another one though.
Okay.
I'm sorry to interrupt
I want
you.
to know.
I want to share this with Lonnie, because Lonnie, Cedric the Entertainer, I opened for Cedric, and I can't remember when this was, but it was like 11 years ago or something like that. I opened for Cedric, and I crushed Lonnie. Crushed it. Like, people were standing. I had my son. My son was 1 year old. He was on the side of the stage with my ex-wife at the time. And I remember I just felt so good. I was like, in my head, I'm like, yo, Cedric is not going to be able to follow this, man. 3,000 people. I look to my left. Cedric is bouncing. He had the matching outfit on. He had the matching fedora with the matching suit. And he just looked at me, Lonnie, and he was like, that's what I'm talking about, Joe Coy. Make me work for this money tonight. Make me work for this money, Joe Coy.
Yeah.
And I literally, it was like watching Jordan walk out onto the court. I was like, yo, this dude, I swear to God, he hit that stage, and I don't think one person remembered who even opened for him.
No.
And just witnessing that, I was like, that's what a headliner does. You got to be like that.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who's in front of you. Smash that stage and let everybody know who the real headliner is. And Cedric did it that night.
That's
I
right.
love it.
Excellent story.
Yep.
Variety just put you on the cover of their comedy issue and called you a legend and groundbreaker. What does that type of recognition mean to you? How incredible.
It took me 30 years. There was a lot of crying. There's a lot of times where I wanted to quit. And I'm not going to lie, this business is brutal. And you give your blood, your sweat, and your tears when you're on stage. When you tell those stories, those are real. And when you walk off, it's emotional. Like, yeah, you guys are laughing, but there's a lot of emotion behind those stories. And to see your peers blow up in front of you, i.e. Lonnie and I, a lot of people that I came up with, and you see them on TV, and then you find yourself like, is my shot ever going to come? And, there was times where I wanted to cry, and that Netflix special, when I finally was able to do it, I did it myself, and, with my money, and finally getting that recognition. And that was the forum that I was standing in front of. That's the forum. Yeah. And I sold it out. I sold it out twice, back-to-back nights. And man, that was one of the craziest nights of my life. And
that's so cool.
You didn't give up, Joe. You never gave up. That's why you made it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hard work pays off, Joe. Congratulations to that. That's a very, very tough feat. And it's only beginning because right now it's also Filipino American History Month. So I want to know, you took to your Netflix special In His Element to the Philippines to share about your culture. You actually went there. Tell us about how special that experience was for you, and were you able to share your heritage through this experience?
Okay, so when I was coming up, I had no inspiration as far as like, I wanted to do stand-up, and there was nothing that I can get anything inspiration from. Like, is there another Filipino stand-up? What is it? Like, I had nothing on TV to go to. And that's what that special was all about. I asked Netflix, I go, I know I'm supposed to do a third special, but can I just go to the Philippines and just showcase my country? If I could just talk about them a little bit, can I just show our food? Like, can I just show our food? So when people go, oh, you're Filipino, I saw that food you ate on that special. Like, if I can show people that Filipinos speak English and that you can perform there, and people will come and to the theater and enjoy you, get some pancit and adobo, like, then I won. And I had my aunt in that special. I had one of my best friends dancing in that special. I had Filipinos performing. I had Filipino cameramen. Like, it meant so much to give back to a culture that gave me so much. And that was that moment where I was able to give back. So that's what that special is all about.
That's an incredible moment. You can't forget where you're from, right?
Never.
I have to ask you, right. So I have to ask you, your son Joseph had a very specific request for his 16th birthday. And I hope my kids aren't watching this show, but tell us, what did you give him on his 16th birthday?
Okay, it's going to be embarrassing when I say it, but he wanted a Porsche Macan, fully loaded, sports package. I know, but okay, let me explain why. And Lonnie, come on, we're on the road 24/7, Lonnie. And when you're on the road all the time, I missed a lot of birthdays. I missed a lot of, oh man, I'm getting emotional.
Wow.
But
I know,
it was that
me
moment.
too.
You miss a lot, and I miss birthdays, I miss Christmases. And it was just, I knew it was a little too much, but it was that moment where I could go.
So you got it for
man,
him.
I got it for him. And I don't hate me for it. It was just that it was a
No.
I had to do it.
Dude, I need you as an Asian dad. What the hell?
Yeah, man.
I'm getting emotional because, Joe, you've done so much. You worked so hard. And as a person of color, I'm just so proud of you. I mean, look at us. Look at you.
It's
just amazing. Thank you. You got to come back, okay? You got to come back, all right?
I love you,
All
Lonnie.
Oh,
Thank you so much,
Can
guys.
you give me a loaded Kia, please? I just want a Kia.
Yes, I'll give you everything. I will get you a fully stocked Kia. Yes, 100%.
Thank you.
You guys,
I love you guys.
Joe Flicks.
Joe Flicks, yes.
Joe Flicks, okay? His Netflix special, In His Element, is streaming now, so go check it out.